What up, brother?
What's going on, man? How was Hawaii? I saw your pictures, man.
It's weird what happens when you actually like relax for a minute and you take a break. You start to like feel good about life. I learned this. I haven't been in something called the sun in years, and when I went, it absorbed into my skin and I felt good. Although it did also burn me, which didn't feel as good, but getting to relax a bit, man, was something I needed. The last time I went anywhere, it was my honeymoon 10 years ago with my ex-wife, and I was also in Hawaii, but I was 23 then, and I'm now 33, so it's been a long time since I
married at 23. Holy.
Yep, I married young.
Yeah, I've been dodging that bullet for years. So you played a little bit of Hades. I saw that.
Ah, that's another good game. You try that one yet?
I've only gotten a couple hours into it. I played the wheels off of Hades 1.
Yeah, you'll be happy to hear that Hades 2 is every bit as good.
Yeah, I played it for a little bit. I didn't get too deep into it. Yeah, I have 245 hours into Hades 1.
Yep, that's enough to play the game.
Yeah, I played a little bit. I need to like make more videos about roguelikes stuff because I love roguelikes.
It's a really good genre. It's like ARPGs without all the horse shit. It's just, here's the, you know what, we've figured out, you like killing things, so go kill things, and by the way, we're going to remove all the dog shit about the game.
Well, you know what's great? You just get the sick dopamine rush of getting stuff right out the gate, and then it just expires because you die or win or whatever, and then you do it all over again.
Yeah, you get the RNG dopamine of a gacha game, and you get the slay dopamine of an ARPG.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice combo.
Yeah. Have you ever played? My favorite one is probably Returnal.
You know, I never played that one.
Third-person shooter / psychological horror. It was a PlayStation exclusive that was later brought to PC. It's fucking fantastic though. Story's really cool. It's gorgeous on PC. Good lord. You want to show off one of them Starforge PCs? Play some Returnal on it.
I could play Star Citizen, fall through another floor and get stuck again. That was my only experience with that game. You ever play that one?
No, I don't have $34,000.
Yeah, me neither. But that one, you know, if you're looking to basically buy the equivalent of a Blender model for the price of a house down payment, dude, that one really fits that niche pretty well.
I've been playing Warframe lately.
Oh god, that game's good. That was my most played Steam game for a while until CSGO beat it.
It's so good. It's one of those games where I put it off for so long because I was just like, nah, like free to play. It's got to be bullshit.
I mean, it's kind of bullshit, but not like too bullshit, you know? I mean, time gated, but, you know, not in a way that makes you hate the game.
No, first 50 to 60 hours, absolutely bullshit, pay to progress, completely stopping you from playing the game. You get just past that, and it's like you just stepped into utopia. Because you're like, oh, okay, well, the time gating doesn't matter anymore because I have so many things that I'm making that I'm always pulling something out and putting something back in.
That's fair enough. You just need the tools to be able to, like, play the game without, like, realizing you're waiting on your next tool. But the cool thing about it is not only do all of the frames, not all of them, some of them feel terrible, but a lot of the frames feel pretty good to play, but they all kind of play differently. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really feel like, oh, this is just this frame, but the better version. At least not in my experience.
There's none of that, to be honest. The funny thing is that like I'm sure there's some frames that don't feel as good as others, but from everything that I've played so far, like it's probably the best class design that I've seen in an RPG. It is crazy how flexible their class desigin is.
It's like League of Legends, but good. Like they actually have that many different, you know, characters.
Yeah. No, I've been really impressed with it so far. I've gotten 170 hours in now.
Yeah, that's some minutes. That's some time.
Yeah.
All right, no, people are frame.
Gara. It's the glass one.
All right, maybe this is after my time. I played some years back.
I also like Wisp.
I like the one that, okay, there's two of them. I think it's like Nimbus or something, the one that shoots out the tentacles and you grab them, you suck them in. And then I also like the one that lets me desecrate the corpses and get double loot.
Necros.
Yeah. Dude, Necros was sick.
Yeah, he fucking, they're design. That's a one thing they're like.
Badass. You feel like
that's
a
the one
badass.
the one thing that trips me out about that game is that, like, you know, there's a lot of fucking video games out there. This is one of the most distinct art styles for a game I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like I remember when you were like playing Legos, but then you learned about fucking biomet. What the fuck was the other one that had like the mech warriors and shit? Bionicos. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's like I felt like I was playing Bionicos when I was playing Warframe. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they kind of look very similar.
I mean, yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, it's an interesting take.
I like Bionicos, so it's a compliment. Also, Bionicos had a banging game back in like.
Yeah, no, oh yeah. You're gonna play the Elden Ring DLC?
Probably should play the first game first.
Homie.
I mean, look, dude, I've played the game. I got to the electric bowl thing. That's bullshit. And then the problem I had with that was I'm playing the game, and I'm literally, like, before that I had the most frustrating experience of my entire life, which is I'm fighting the dude who you're obviously supposed to fight on a horse. I mean, obviously, okay? It gives you every signal you're supposed to fight. It's a giant circle arena. The dude's on a horse.
Are you talking about Radon?
No, he was easy. He was a one-banger. The other one, like he's like a commander in the middle of like this swamp horse shit where you walk on the ground and it like burns you. And then it's a giant circle. It's got the other minions there. You're obviously supposed to fight him on a horse. So I'm fighting this guy like on a horse. And then all the people in the chat are like, DM, you're not supposed to use the horse. You're chasing him. And I'm like, shut up. I'm not chasing him. Like he's got a horse. I have a horse. This is a one-on-one horse battle.
You know, sometimes you just have to tell chat, just like, you know, stay in their fucking lane.
I did for like 6 hours straight, by the way. And the entire time I'm getting, oh, DM, there's an invisible bridge that you can walk on right here. So you walk and you fall your death. Oh, DM, if you get on the horse for this one, it's a lot easier. You get on the horse and the other half of the chat is, oh, DM, you're using a horse? That's pathetic. Like, it's so frustrating. Yeah. No matter anything you do in the game, it's wrong.
Chat, look what you guys have done to this guy.
It's impossible to stream that game, bro. It's literally impossible.
He's got fucking PTSD.
It was my worst streaming experience ever. It's a weird combo of, like, probably the best game I've ever played, while also, like, the worst experience of playing the game. And only because I'm streaming.
You know what it is? It's like a two-part thing. So I played Sekiro in front of... on stream.
Yeah,
I fucking loved the game. I hated fucking streaming it.
Yep.
You're going to get frustrated. That's Souls games, Souls likes. That's what they do. They frustrate you until you overcome the frustration. It's not fun to be frustrated in front of a group of people.
No, it's really not. It's like trying to play Cuphead in front of a live stadium. It's like I'm not gonna do it. Like, this is unenjoyable, and I'm getting tilted. And that's pretty much been my experience. I also played Sekiro as well. And I got frustrated, and I thought, you know what? This game's cool, but, like, I'm not trying to, like, measure the size of my penis by playing this game, so I'm just going to turn it off and play something I actually give a fuck about. So I did, and I had a way better experience playing a different game.
Now you're never going to find out how big your dick is.
Unfortunately. No, it's not overrated. No, I don't think Elden Ring's overrated. I mean, it's not overrated. People just don't shut up about it.
No, yeah, well, it's one of those things. It's like... I don't know, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Smash Brothers, fucking Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. We're talking about like some of the most impactful games that people have experienced in their life, and of course, we're always going to talk about it.
It's like me, I won't shut up about RuneScape. But
yeah, that one I'll never get. It's probably for the best, to be honest.
Yeah, you should make a video talking about how you don't understand why the game's good and watch what happens.
Yeah, what if I make a video about how I'll never play it because I don't care?
You like just open it like super serious. Old school RuneScape is the most overrated game of all time, and then just like cut to like essay style form. Like, this game is only played by boomers who still are stuck in 2001, and then just watch like everyone's
Bro,
head
what the fuck? Why are you dropping such hot content on the channel right now? What is going on?
I guess
that's a really good video idea.
You know, upvotes and downvotes do the same goddamn thing on YouTube, my friend. Might as well make the video.
Actually, you know what the funny thing is? I've been having a lot of fun with the Warframe thing because, you know, with like the kind of videos that I make, like it's now opened me up to like do like new player experiences of games and like documenting that journey. Where before I felt really locked into certain games. Now I just, you know, pick a game and go, you know what? I've never given this a shot. I'm going to play it.
It's a great feeling. That's how I felt about Path of Exile after playing that one. It's like, I'm going to play it blind. And my whole avenue was, I'm literally playing it because I've never played it before. And I was like, oh shit, this is the funnest way to play a game. I don't need to be a pro. I can literally, what is this word? Have fun.
Yeah. I wonder what I'm going to play after Warframe.
Do you want to workshop it? You have some some suggestions here? Or?
I guess I'll play old school RuneScape.
Oh God! Look, I love the game, but every time that I introduce it to someone that's never played it before, I internally cringe a little bit because I'm like, I'm sitting there explaining, no, like it's, I swear it's good. Like it's actually good. No, I understand. You can see the triangles in the graphics. It's a good game. You have to believe me. Yes, we're gonna kill cows for 12 hours. I understand we're literally baking a cake for our first quest. It's a good goddamn PvE game. You have to trust me. Like that's pretty much the experience.
Yeah, well, I've been getting that a lot with the Warframe community. It's like it's the same thing. It's like at first glance you look at it and it's just like a RGB throw up on the screen, helicoptering around.
Fun though. I mean, especially when you watch the people who are running like 85 miles an hour with what is it, Gauss, just blasting through the fucking screen. You're like, dude, how can you even play this game?
I was thinking about coming back and giving Diablo 4 a shot. I mean, it would partially behooves me to make a video on Diablo 4 to
behoove away, brother.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's how I got my start on Diablo 4 videos. I think it was like my second or third video I ever posted on YouTube. Got like 270,000 views. I made a video before the release of Diablo 4 back in, I want to say January. Was it January of last year?
I don't know. I probably didn't see this one then. What was the title?
Diablo 4 isn't what you think it is.
That's a good one.
It was me basically simping for Diablo 4.
Nice, dude. We all did that.
Yeah, I was like, you guys don't understand. The microtransactions are there to help support the further development of the game, and the battle pass isn't going to be a big deal. And this is gonna be the biggest Diablo experience of our lives. It's gonna be the best game ever.
We all fall on our sword sometimes, bro. I literally reacted to Actman arguing against him when he basically called everything from like a fucking half shot halfway across the court. Like I don't know what it happens. Yeah. Actually, the thing is too is that like even though I really like streaming and I like YouTube and whatnot, and it's going well and it's it's getting better and whatnot, but at the same time, like I kind of miss going to work. As dumb as that sounds, like there's something about it. Sounds pretty
Seeing
dumb.
The same people and stuff.
Sounds pretty dumb. I don't miss the going to the work. I don't miss the going to the work. What I do miss is the days when you do not work, and then when you're after your job, you don't think about your job. That's what I miss, because what I think about is, okay, I've streamed for 15 hours. I still have 16 levels left to go. I have to make a video in the morning, and I literally have 8 sponsors I have to have done by the end of May. So I'm thinking about that, and, good luck when I fit all of that in.
Yeah. I miss the daily interaction with people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Yeah.
Normal human interaction.
Yeah, I've had good coworkers in the past, but I've had more bad ones than good ones. So I don't really miss the interaction because my last job before YouTube was being in a call center.
Oh,
and,
fuck that.
That made me hate people basically for the rest of my life. So I think I'm set.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty shit setup. That is definitely not something that I would have been doing. No. I feel where you're coming from. If I had to work with If I had to work at a call center or something like that, I would probably never want to work ever again.
It's actually the worst job in existence. It has like one of the highest suicide rates. And then the thing is, when you get PTSD from hearing the phone ring, because you hear and then you pick it up and you just know the first words are going to be fuck you, I fucked up my bill, and then you're like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like let's be real. Like nobody likes, like even the like people that don't work at a call center hate call centers. You know what
Everyone
I mean?
hates call centers. I hate call centers. I mean, they're terrible.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to take your money wherever you can get your money, but yeah, I mean, like construction for me was nice because it was like working with everyday blue collar people just like yourself, and everybody's like, let's go, grab a beer after work or something. I don't know, man. Going out fishing and shit.
I've had a job like that where I enjoyed my coworkers. Me and Kyra actually worked together at one point. Kyra in the chat here. And that was a fun fucking job. We worked at Best Buy together. And then the job I liked the most, though, out of all of the ones I had, was selling cars. But then I quit the job because it was like, it didn't feel very good to sell a car that's a piece of shit to like a single mother for more than it's worth, because that's what your manager's going to sell it for.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right. And then you take commission. So I'm just like, I'm good on this. Like, I quit the job, and that's when I got the call center job. Because I'm like, I don't feel good about this one. But it was a sick job. Because if I'm tired, then I just go lay down in the back of a truck and I take a nap. If I'm hungry, I just drive to Burger King and sit there for 2 hours. Like, no one gives a fuck. As long as you sell cars, you can do literally anything you want to do. So that job was pretty cool. And then the coworkers were kind of funny because they would always get in fights and shit. Because literally, the resume you needed to be able to sell cars is have a post. So people would just walk in and be like, I need a job. And they'd be like, great, can you start right now? And that's pretty much how it went. So 27 people got hired and fired while I was there in the 2 years I was there. Because they would just try out literally anybody. And you would have literal fistfights happening there. So you always had something entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I worked in cell phone sales, and it was kind of a similar atmosphere. They're just looking for this, you know, are you okay with scamming people? Yes. Well, then sign right here. Welcome to the job. When's the last Epoch gonna do their first would it be their first season, or does it technically already start it because the cycle had started with their release?
I think technically it's a cycle. So I think it's probably cycle 1's already been there. I'm not necessarily sure that it would count as like a full season, you know, there wasn't like a mechanic or something, but I think they're kind of doing it different where everything's just released across the board. The roadmap's out though. You can see all the content that's coming to the game.
Oh, anything good?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit in there. A lot of it is like name only. They don't really have details of it because it's so far in advance, but I mean, pinnacle bosses, random events, monolith reworks, you know, additional skill shit. There's quite a list. Yeah, it feels like last Epoch's waiting for an update probably.
It's what people do. People switch from these games. They cycle through them. They go back and forth. They play one. They go play the other. Like, I mean, do people really play Path of Exile all year long without like taking a break between seasons or something like that?
Yeah, some people actually do, but I get where you're going with this.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a natural flow, man. It's just how this stuff kind of goes. I think it's always wild when people want to bring up like player numbers and stuff like that. Because I mean, shit, look at Helldivers 2. You know, 450,000 concurrent players within its first week. Now it's down to 150, and you know, people are, oh, you know, it's like it's the natural decay, guys. Like,
nope, Helldivers 2 fell off dead game.
Yeah, it blows my mind because it's like have a bit of reflect on your own gaming habits and tell me how often you're playing the exact same game all the time and never playing anything else.
MMO players say hello, but
yeah. Well, no, but you know what? Those assholes are still playing other games too.
Yeah, kind of, but I don't know. I feel like MMOs out of all of the genres are the ones where they're main game Andes, where they literally don't play anything but the main game.
I would argue that like while folks like that can say that, at the exact same time, they do have lulls where they stop playing for a while, they play something else, and then come back.
Well, yeah.
There are very few MMO players who have only ever played their game and never play anything else.
Well, I mean, just gamers in general. Like, that's not... Like, all gamers play multiple games, but...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, out of all of the genres, I think MMO people are the ones that... Those sit on the game for probably the most.
I think for me, like, MMOs can take maybe, like, I don't know. They can take a couple of years from me. And then after that, I kind of walk away for a while and then come back later.
Yeah,
just because they're so damn time consuming, man.
Well, they are, but that's what makes them good, in my opinion. Like, my thing is, I want to get into a game that is got enough content and that I like and enjoy enough to take all my time. Like, the goal of when I play a game is to get lost in the game and always want to play the game and have nothing else to do. But that's not realistic for like 99.9% of games. However, MMOs on the occasion can actually offer you that, which is why it was always my favorite genre of games.
Okay. How's Druid feeling?
It was okay. Not terrible. Pulverize is like pretty much my favorite leveling experience just because it's pretty brain dead to do.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like about this build is trying to get it to overpower is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I didn't put enough time into figuring out exactly how all those different abilities and shit work. How's the rework they did the rework with that stuff, right? They simplified a lot of that?
Yeah, so overpower is better than it was, but that's only by byproduct of vulnerability and crit damage having caps now for their multiplication portion. So they're capped at 50% each, and then they're additive on top of that. So because of that, other mechanics are stronger now, basically, than they used to be anyway.
Does that feel better to build around or play around, or?
It's just a little bit less like pigeonhole-y. Like now all stats kind of feel very similar, but prior to that, if it didn't have crit damage and vulnerability, like it was just dog shit. So,
you know, it kind of reminds me of like the philosophy that they had for like vulnerability and stuff. Just reminds me of mobile games like defense breaks. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, armor down.
Yeah.
Red arrow down equal good. Yeah.
Yeah. armor, like defense breaks, you know, ignoring armor, multi-attack.
Very classic gacha mechanics.
Yeah. Extra turns.
Extra turns, fuck.
You know if you know, you know if you know.
I spent years playing Raid Shadow Legends, I remember. Did you play much PoE?
I got about 80 hours into it. So, no.
Yeah, I gotcha. You got through like the first level.
You know, no, so like my problem with PoE is that so I play a lot of games like this. It's kind of my shtick. Like I need to learn how to play it. I can't like guides and wikis and stuff like that. Like I'm never gonna absorb the information. I'm never gonna really understand how to play if I have to rely on those kind of things. And far too often do I find myself in the position in which I have basically put myself into a hole playing the game. You know what I mean? Where I'm gonna have to farm up a bunch of currency to be able to fix my build and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's what I do.
And then I'm just like, it's a great game. It's a great game. I love it. I think it's awesome. And I give it a chance every couple of seasons or so, trying to give it another shot if I can figure it out. It's a major time commitment, but it's I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. I'm hoping that PoE 2 is going to be a little bit easier to approach.
Yeah, PoE 2 I think will be.
And if that's the case, then there you go. That's where you're going to find me.
I played PoE 2. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure everyone will, but I liked it a lot.
Why do you think not everybody's going to like it?
Well, I think there's going to be some PoE 1 players that do not like the differences. That they were expecting like PoE 1 remastered, and that's definitely not what it is. So I think some of those people are going to be upset.
Of course it's not.
There's also going to be people that come from like Diablo or Last Epoch, which you basically can face roll everything. Like you just log into the game and play, you'll be fine. They're going to play it and they're going to get shit on and be like, what is happening? Like, why is there not a difficulty slider? Like, what is going on? And that doesn't exist. Like, you're just going to get dumpstered because the game is actually hard from like a mechanical level. Like, not just... I mean, maybe they nerfed it by now. I guess we'll find out. But it's pretty difficult. So, kind of like what happened with No Rest for the Wicked. Like, some people were just like, wow, I hate this game because it's hard. So I think there's going to be some of that happens. And it still has complexity like PoE. So that might turn some people off too. Doesn't have as much complexity as PoE, obviously. It's basically impossible to do that, but you know, it's still got some of the things in it that make that game complex as well. Thing is the game's actually a really, really good game, but I think there's going to be some things that are difficult for people to get past.
See, that like the way that you described it definitely makes me interested about it. You know what I mean? Like I like the idea that it's mechanically more difficult, but easier to understand than Path of Exile, like standard Path of Exile. Especially when I saw some of their changes to like how their skill gem system and stuff like that worked. I mean, my first time playing the game with like zero context, I had no idea like how how some gems would work with other gems, but not with others.
Yeah, the min-max knowledge of weird mechanics interacting that aren't explained in tooltips and stuff like that is part of the reason people don't play PoE.
Yeah, which to be fair, at the exact same time, I think that I'm actually kind of getting that same kind of experience and getting a better handle on when I go to play Path of Exile 2, or even if I maybe want to play Path of Exile 1, from actually playing Warframe, because they do the same thing. All right, Chad, I'm gonna let you have your streamer back. I'm gonna get ready for bed, big dog.
All right, bud. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for sleep today too. It's crossing into that timeline, 15 hours. It's going a little long for me too, so I got some questions to ask myself here.
Yeah, you got 16 hours. Last thing you want to do is hit that, that brainless period where you end up, getting yourself killed.
Exactly. All right, bud. Good talking with you.
All right. Yep. All right, brother. Have a good night. See you later, chat.
Later. Shout out to Mr. Legendary Drops.